disseminate it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're looking to my That's interesting. Thank you. Who's from upstate?
You got something in your inbox? I'll have to log out afterwards. Well, I thank everybody for attending. My name is Tara Madden-Dent, and I work at the University of Nevada, Reno. So yes, here in Nevada, but up north, about 8-hour drive or so. And I teach and specialize in education and society, law and ethics, Nevada School Law. And currently, my research is focusing on increasing faculty competitiveness through professional development, specifically using social business in higher education. Who here, by show of hands, has a Facebook? Okay, that's actually representative of the world population here. What about a LinkedIn account? Who has a LinkedIn? Okay, and that's right, that's accurate. And what about a Twitter? Okay, yeah, excellent. Well, we, coming from different cultures, academic backgrounds, and levels of IT proficiency, we might be a little bit scattered along the scale. So I can talk about this topic for hours and hours. I only have less than 15 minutes, so forgive me for speeding through. But today I'm talking about social business in higher education, increasing faculty competitiveness using personal branding. Now currently, faculty culture for employment, promotion, and tenure is based on a few key elements, and that's going to be publication, grants, service, and teaching. And traditionally, teaching is determined by an end-of-semester teacher evaluation conducted by the students. Why I'm looking into this is because there's a trend in higher education in America, and it's becoming very capitalistic, very business-like. For an example, Nevada, here in this state, the Nevada legislation has hired a third-party consultant to research and create a new funding formula for higher education. And what this is going to do is going to change the funding formula to determine how much money institutions are going to get from input, from the number of students enrolled in a college or university to the number of students who complete their courses and graduate. So it's going to be more like a business. It's not going to be based on who we accommodate, it's who we graduate. And Nevada, unfortunately, has one of the lowest course completion rates of the nation. So that means we have potentially are going to be facing even less funding. In the last few years, we've cut and fired so many teachers, and not just adjunct faculty, tenure faculty. So our job security is unstable, to say the least. And in the next 5 years, I'm predicting it's going to get worse, based on the new funding formulas that are being changed all around the nation. So, in a proactive measure, I'm doing research and recommending how faculty can better prepare for a 21st century position in American higher education. Let's look over a couple of these terms. Social business. Social business is the cyber marketing, networking, and publication via virtual platforms to promote a product or business. In this situation, the faculty member themselves is the product, is the business. Personal brand, the emotional response to the image or name of a particular company, product, or person, because you will have your own brand. What do people think of, and what do they react? How do they react when they hear your name? Here's a question: what happens when you Google your name? What comes up? What images? What links? Does your research come up? I hope so. That's the point. That's the whole point of social business. And we want to make sure, as faculty, that we're transparent and that we can disseminate our research and have an ongoing, real-time conversation with leading scholars and researchers so that we can better improve our craft within our discipline. I've come up with a social network equation. SP equals I, R over V. It's what this says, what it states is social power is the amount of influence created by one's reach and visibility. And I'll go ahead and find these. So social power is the measurable influence, and that's key. Right now, trends in social media are measuring the communication, inbound and outbound, the influence of technological communication. And I'll go over some of those measurements in a second. I is for influence, the intended or unintended impact of an individual social business actions. R is the reach, the total sum of all social networking connections linked to an individual. V is the visibility, the level of social media exposure and search engine rank of a social object. And a social object would be the faculty member. It's any shareable material. Personal branding. Okay, so this is key. In order to sell a product, in order to promote you as a faculty member, which is really promoting your research. We don't want to brag, we don't want to boast about all your accomplishments, your awards, your service. That's not the point of social business. The point of social business is to communicate your research, to share what you know, to improve on what you know. And through showing and doing what you already do, but online, it will promote your value and your competitiveness. So a hub is your website. I own terramatindent.com. It cost me $10. I have it for like 2 years. I can put my resume, my curriculum vitae, my teaching philosophy statements, my purpose value, my priorities as an educator and a researcher, videos and blogs. I can sell my textbooks and my books that I've written. I can have links to my PDF journal articles, my research. I can talk with students and other peers, recommendations for other scholars, and again, my research. Now, I wanted to show you an example of a hub that a leading professor in the United States on leadership, management, and social business has developed. His name is Dr. Brett Simmons. As you can see on, Dr. Brett Simmons. There you are. As you can see, he has created a personal brand. Yes, he works for the university, but he does other things. He writes, he does his own research, he speaks, he does corporate trainings, in which increases his exposure, his influence, his reach, his competitiveness. He goes on and on, he blogs, he provides valid, current, real-time data. And that's the cool thing about social business and social media. You don't have to wait around for a publisher to publish your research. Post it, instant, worldwide. All right, so I know I'm getting down on time, so I'm going to start picking up the pace here. But this concept is what I'm really saying in a nutshell. I'm recommending that faculty create a personal brand using their hub, so this represents their main website, and then to attract viewers to your main website, where you're going to promote your research, you're going to sell your textbooks, you're going to share and have dialogue with other leading scholars. You need to have feeder sites, and those would include the social media like Twitter or your blog or LinkedIn. LinkedIn this week was just published in The Economist, stating that they are more effective than the United States White House Council of Economic Advisors to gauge and track employment rates. Right now, the leading profession and title in America is adjunct faculty, and they can gauge what type of faculty you are. And these are examples of feeder sites, just to name a few. A professor or researcher here, Schwabwell has stated 4 steps in creating your personal brand. And I could go on for hours about these, but I just laid them out because I got 3 minutes left. So discover your brand, identify your values. This is your interest, your passion, your research. This is what you do on a normal daily basis. Then create your brand. These feeder sites are usually free. They're user-friendly. Create it. Put your picture on there, put your value statement, your teaching philosophy statement, and then connect them. Communicate your brand. Find the leading scholars in your industry. Connect to them on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe to their blog. Now you've expanded your professional network, and you're expanding your opportunity to publish with others, and to gain what their relevant real-time research is and build upon it. And then maintenance of your brand. After you've created your brand, you need to maintain it. Devote at least a half hour to it every day to update, engage conversations, comment on other people's blogs, invite them to your blog. Quick example before time is over. I mentioned earlier, I asked what would happen if you were to Google your name? I'm going to Google, sign out of Google, or it will be biased. Sign out. And I'm going to show you an example of what happens when I Google my name. Just guessing, how many, do you think we'll have a link? Or maybe a couple links? More?
10, 20.
10 to 20? That's actually really good. If you have 10 to 20, you're doing pretty good. For example, since I started social business, I've dominated not just the first page, not the second page, except for the last ones that are paid advertisements. Yeah. All these are my blogs, my interactions, my feeder sites. I think this morning I had 5 pages. That's a blog of mine. My point is, if I'm applying for a job, or if somebody's considering to cut me from my position at the university, do you think I have a competitive edge? Do you think that employers or my supervisors can see that I'm active in my discipline, that I'm passionate about something, I'm contributing original, relevant knowledge? This is one way to increase your competitiveness. And so I just want to leave you with this and suggest if you have any questions or you'd like to further discuss this, go ahead, you can contact me at tara@taramadandent.com. You can follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, or you can talk to me right out front. I'm going to be presenting this information at a couple different conferences, and so the equation should be spreading throughout the nation. So, thank you very much.
I'm really sorry according to the time limitation. If you have any questions to Dr. Madeleine, please could you introduce?
Oh, absolutely. After.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Absolutely.
Thank you very much
Yes,
for
thank
your
you.
cooperation. Thank you very much. I'd like to close this session, and then probably the different chair will appear now.
She is not.
Yeah, and then